alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ahmed Abdulwahab, and I'm the manager of the Entrepreneurship Center in King Abdullah University for Science and Technology. Before that, I used to work for Siemens headquarters in Germany, and before that here in Saudi Arabia in the Middle East. I set up an e-learning and intelligence platform in the United States and in Switzerland. And this is just a brief background about myself. But this is enough about myself. Today is the event for you guys. So I have two questions. How many of you are entrepreneurs? How many of you want to be entrepreneurs? And how many of you have a business idea? All right. So then let's get started. So let's take a look at the life cycle of an entrepreneur. Everything starts with an idea. Then a company is formed. Then something magic happens. And then the company grows. And then ideally there's the exit. But let's take a closer look what happens actually in the middle. So the big guy says, where a miracle happens, he asks his colleague and says, I think you should be a little bit more explicit here in step 2. What is actually happening between formation of a company and growth? Let's take a look at what actually is happening, because most startup companies actually fail in that stage. To better understand it, let's take a look at the life cycle of a startup company. Below you see the different stages: idea generation, proof of concept, prototype, and until you startup company generates the first revenues. And on top you see the different funding mechanism. You start with some research granting or family, friends, and founders, angel rounds, etc. And let's take a look at the most important element for any entrepreneur, which is the cash flow. So the moment the startup company starts to form the company, and the moment it generates positive cash flow, is so-called the valley of death. This is where most companies actually fail, and there is a reason for it. So the companies that actually excel and get out of that phase have three common characteristics. Number one, it's determination. Number two is really focus. And number three is fiscal restraint. In other words, any startup company who is exactly in that phase needs to focus on developing something, the prototype, a working prototype, going out to customer, developing the next phase, going back to customer, go to a VC, getting feedback, going back to the venture capital firms, getting feedback, and moving forward. In short, it's about execution, execution, execution. And now let's take a look at how we at KAUST actually help our entrepreneurs in order to move forward and get out of that very difficult stage. We have, number one, startup sessions, where we invest some little bit money in at campus and off-campus initiatives. Then we have what we call our venture lab, where we spend a little bit more money, where it's all about turning innovative ideas into prototype products. Then we have a seed fund, where we spend a little bit more money, where we turn these prototype products into actual products and help them to go to customer and develop a business plan. Then we have entrepreneurial coaching and other initiatives within the kingdom as well outside the kingdom, in order to help all the entrepreneurs to move forward. We also have venture fund, where we spend even more money in order to help them to generate revenues and get out of the very critical phase. And last but not least, we are having several entrepreneurship in residence programs. In short, it's our objective to create economic wealth and economic impact. And now let's take a look at an example of...
Do you remember your early days in college? Well, I remember mine. I thought it'd be easy to find the right courses, plan my education, and create a foundation for academic success. Sadly, that was not the case. Despite my best efforts, finding classrooms, meeting deadlines, and deciding on course loads proved to be a major headache. I didn't know what to do. During the summer, my final year, I got an important internship that required me to move to a completely new environment. I was excited and eager, but it was not easy. It was hard to find a roommate, navigate a new city, and make new connections. And juggling all these needs made it hard to focus on my work. And then when it came time to graduate, I needed to prepare my CV for potential employers. It took me weeks to get it ready because I had to go through piles of papers, and sadly, the delay meant I never got the job. During all these hardships, I wish there was a magical tool to make my life easier.
TEDx makes life easier by providing a cutting-edge approach to managing academic activities for students, faculty, and administrators. TEDx goes live in January 2012 with 3,000 users and our first subscriber in the Winter Enrichment Program at KAUST. To learn more, check out www.acadx.com.
This is an example of one of our startup companies. The startup team consists of KAUST students. They went through the program and had some difficulties in learning. So they came up with an idea and said, why don't we develop a kind of a next generation learning and academic platform that actually helps students to succeed. And the result is the business that we created, and the startup is called TEDx. This startup company was going to go live in January this year with 3,000 students. They have already prototyped the solution, and they're very advanced and very happy to actually launch a commercial version in January 2012. Just to summarize, this is to summarize the thought. For thousands of years, no one could actually break the 4-minute mile. There was one person called Roger Bannister. He believed that he could break the 4-minute mile. He believed it so much that it became part of who he is. He dreamed about it. He went up, he tried, he failed, he tried again, and he failed, he tried again, and he failed. So his belief was a competitive advantage. And he tried again, and he failed, and he tried again, and one day he succeeded. Once he succeeded, it was known throughout the region. And once it was known, other people right away broke the 4-minute mile as well. And today, many high school students actually break the 4-minute mile. So what it means for entrepreneurs is the following. If people know that actually that this could be done, and if you spread the word that we can do it, people will start doing it. Many will fail, but many will as well win. So let's get started and win and set some businesses here for Saudi Arabia.